and thank you for joining us for this video demonstration on how to use the RestoreX traction device in men who have downward or ventral curvatures. In general, downward curvatures are less common than upper side curves in men with Peyronie's disease. But in contrast, men who have a lifelong penile curvature often do have downward curvatures much more commonly than the other directions. Regardless of the cause of the curvature though, RestoreX is designed to be able to specifically address any direction of curvature. There are two important things to discuss as it relates to using the RestoreX device in men with downward curvatures. The first is making sure that the device is bending the penis appropriately, and the second is producing the right amount of counterbending. So first, how do you set up the device appropriately if you have a downward curvature? First is to change the rods of the device to the top of the clamp. Now here we're going to demonstrate how to do that, basically how to change the rods to the top of the clamp, which is most appropriate for men with downward curvature. First, the existing clamp unit is pulled off of the rods.
Once you have the clamp off, the next step is going to be to release the two screws on the back to remove the rods.
Then the rods are removed from the base ring using a Phillips screwdriver. Once removed, the rods are replaced into the top position. You'll want to make sure that you line up the rods so that they fit into that location as well. As we zoom into the base ring, you can see a notch that is built into the ring as well as the rods to make sure that they line up correctly. Once in place, you replace the screws and gently tighten them downward. You don't want to over-tighten to avoid damaging the base ring though. Once the rods are in place, you can replace the main part of the device.
The first step I'll do is go ahead and compress the springs, and then I'll release the button here to allow the clamp to come down. The penis goes in the opening and we fasten it in like normal. And you can see we'll position the head where it should go, clamp this down, and tighten it. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and do the counterbending. So I'm going to push the two blue buttons and we're going to bend the penis in the opposite direction, about 90 degrees. Then we're going to extend this out as far as we can, basically as far as the penis will allow. Next we engage the spring, and as I push this together, you can see that now it's starting to pull on the penis. This is the ideal configuration of how we want it set up and positioned. In contrast, if you have a more gentle curve, almost a banana-like curve, to where it's something more along the lines of this, or kind of a downward, gentle sloping curve, in that case, you'll only want to get to about 30 to 60 degrees. So instead of 90 degrees, we're going to move to something like that, or even to 30 degrees. And the reason for this is we want to create an equal amount of tension on the whole bottom side of the penis, rather than just a single point of maximal curvature.
One other thing to consider is contacting the company to order an additional base ring and rods. By doing this, you can use one setup for straight stretching and then quickly move to another base ring with the rod set up for the counterbending. If there are any other videos that you would like us to produce, please don't hesitate to reach out and email us at email@mfp.clinic. Thank you for your time.